welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Hale empath, and I just like having these little talks and the way I feel about things. I think my background music might be a little too loud, so we'll just turn that down, make sure it's not audible. I don't even know what the copyright rules are for YouTube anymore. They just change things every day. It depends on who's in charge and how they feel that day. It's like that in every place, every house, every organization, every entity, it seems. Seems like diplomacy has kind of gone out the window. It's weird, man. Things have shifted and changed so much. I've always been like a hippie kind of thing. I wanted to live in Oregon from the time I was 15 years old. We drove through Oregon, me and my buddy, whose house I live in now incidentally. When I was 15, we drove through because I just thought it was just trees and wilderness and, love and, just freedom and just nature and all that stuff. You live in a city. I live in a city, and it's just freaking who's in charge and how they feel that day. And the freaking people that come up with that get put in charge, man, really, honestly, a lot of them really have very limited scope. They aren't really too creative, so how they got there, it's because, especially in the smaller states, it's because of who they know. That's all it has to do with anything. And they're not because of their imagination or how they create or their record. It's who they know, It's all nepotism. This country is built on nepotism, and now it's being, there's too many other people that exist that are freaking qualified to handle things, that you ain't related to. So it's time for turnover in a lot of areas, in a lot of different levels of the collective. A lot of turnover in ourselves. We can't do this anymore. We can't act like this. We can't, coming from a place of anger or greed, or it's not serving us anymore. It's not getting us to the places that we should be and could be going. It's limiting ourselves. So a lot of people are freeing up. It's just changing their behavior within themselves, or you go to work, is that not working anymore for you? Going to that same job, working for a freaking jerk, who'll just getting passed up for promotion over and over again, or getting like 3 cent a year raises, just stupid stuff like that. When when you're freaking doing the IT for people, it's just the imbalance is too great. So the world, the earth, the cosmos is coming into a great calibration, and it's going to bode well for some and not for others. Depends on your astrology. You might want to get good with that. About to have a Leo full moon, and Leo full moon. I got Leo in my 3rd house. Oh, what I was saying, who's in charge and how they feel that day, and with all this nepotism, you have all these people that are in charge and in positions of power and authority, and don't you know who I am and all this stuff, right? But they don't follow any rules because their ego is so big. There's no discipline when their ego is so big. They don't discipline anything that they do. They don't discipline their diet. They don't discipline their drinking. They don't discipline their spending. Look how many people, like that guy that just quit the freaking politician in freaking California because he couldn't live within his means. The dude made like freaking $40,000 a month, something like that. You know what I mean? So if you can't live within your means in that, that's all ego stuff. And astrology and psychology, people are starting to see the correlations. I hope. I see it all the time. I see the constellations and the planetary alignments and stuff, and I see where people are freaking losing their minds. They're shorting out, and they're, like, what? So you have us law-abiding rule followers, just follow the rules, and then we got nothing left because we're too busy giving everything that we have out to everybody else because it's the rules, while the people that are making up the rules don't follow the rules. Like freaking the people in the impeachment, these are adults. And these people have been in these positions for 20 years, they're grown up people. It's what they feel like, and how they feel and whatever they want to do. You're only supposed to drink like water and milk. They make all these stupid rules. They can't even follow their own stupid rules. Like I just read a stupid article about how Romney was drinking milk, chocolate milk. You can only drink water or regular milk, white milk. You can't drink brown milk. No, no. It's a rule. He broke it. Is there going to be a consequence? No. But us little guys, the consequences are dire. Look at the freaking prisons that are full. That the states say that it costs $70,000 a year to house inmates and vet them, give them medical care. That's what this state of California says it costs to vet inmates. Each inmate, $70,000. It's how much they designate the cost. And then they pay themselves pensions and stuff like that with it. So, but what's going to have to happen is people are going to have to stand up and start saying that's BS, man. Where is your consequence? That's what I've always done. I was just like, what's BS? Or I'll be like, hey, that's pretty good chocolate. I do it different. I'd be like, hey, Mitt, where'd you get that chocolate milk? You got any more of that chocolate milk? I always understood we can only drink white milk, but you got chocolate milk. Where you got more of that chocolate milk? I just talk smack like that, Draw attention to their discrepancy, But they don't. But see, the funny thing about it is people just always look through me. People don't even see me, man. Some people think are the opinions because you vibe so high they just don't recognize you. Nah, that's a little egocentric to me. I don't know, maybe I do sit in a different dimension. Who knows? The fact is, I always figured because it was like my name's Margie. And I'm big into names and numbers and numerology and all that stuff up and adding up letters and all that stuff. And Margie mixed up is mirage. And mirage, by definition, is an optical illusion caused by atmospheric conditions, especially the appearance of a sheet of water in a desert or a hot rose caused by the refraction of light from the sky by heated air. I'm full of all kinds of hot air, aren't I? Yep. Anyway, like I was saying though, before I went off on my frickin' rule tangent, we're about to have a full moon in Leo, and I encourage people to get to know their charts. I use Astro Cafe. Cafe is astro.cafeastrology.com pretty much on a daily basis. I got Leo in my third house. Their representation of that in me is somewhat opinionated in speech, keenly interested in education, and a good teacher. Proud of siblings and may tell countless stories about growing up. She is a very good organizer. Everything is carefully studied, explained, and swiftly executed. I believe that to be true. I think I would agree with that assessment. It goes on more. There's other sites that you can go to that you can just put Leo in your third house and it can give you quite a big write-up. It's easy to find out who you are. And the reason why I spend a lot of time finding out who I am is because when I can ask people if they know it. If they don't, then it makes things a little bit more, I could have a conversation with anybody at sun sign, but you can relate to other people with the aspects and where the planets are within yourself, That's how I relate to other people. Sometimes when you're positive, we're such a world with so much negativity, and people don't understand how you can be positive in such a negative world, and sometimes they look at you as a threat. Sometimes people hurt people. A lot of people, it's common knowledge. When people are hurting, they hurt other people. That's why, I can do that same thing too. My biggest life lesson in this incarnation is my anger. And a lot of my anger even starts from a place of pain, because I'm uncomfortable and I'm in pain all the time. I try not to act like it. I try not to let it rule my life and run me. Sometimes, and every day you just don't feel good, and then you got to deal with bullshit every day. And then when people feel small inside, then they bring you their bullshit that they feel, and then they make your life more uncomfortable because they feel bad. And you got to repel and transmute and just, be the highest, best version of yourself, and all to come home, meditate, go within, recharge, and do it all over again. People are ready for a break. I think spring's gonna be good. So, I don't know, I was reading some other aspects of my chart this morning, and it was talking about, because, man, I'm just like, I have no reason to be anxious or worried or fearful or anything, but there's so much fear flying around. And I know it's other people's. I know it is. I know it is. So, as long as I just keep doing what I'm supposed to be doing, yeah, the negative will come out of the, and, pop up on their radar, and then they try and freaking bring me down, whatever, and just don't comply. Just ignore it, man. Just rise above it. It ain't always easy because people are just really getting weird, man. They're really just, and it does. And the thing of it is you can't tell who's gonna do it because it's everybody. It's not like just the poor people or the middle class or the rich people. It's the placements in them. It's their psychology that it's breaking down. It's because they've never dealt with the wreckage of their past. And when you don't deal with the wreckage of your past, history repeats itself in cycles, just like we're seeing right now. So, anyway, that's about all I got for now. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.